right, welcome back to another episode of Guitar Fundamentals on Stichmethod. Make sure you share and subscribe. And with that being said, let's get down to it. A diatonic scale. Well, if you don't know what a diatonic scale is, I'm going to tell you what it is and how to use it. So before we get there, let's just talk about what a pentatonic scale is. Pentatonic scale is a 5-tone scale. The majority of them, there's only really two types, known as a major pentatonic and a minor pentatonic. Yes, there can be other ones if you want to jazz it up and get all crazy with the cheese whiz, but most importantly, it's a minor pentatonic or a major pentatonic. And these scales have 5 notes each, pentatonic. Now, diatonic is a scale that has 7 notes, all right? That's any scale that has 7 notes: minor, major, Dorian, Mixolydian, Phrygian, all the fun stuff, harmonic minor. These are known as diatonic scales, excuse me. And they have a purpose, and the purpose is not what you think it is. A lot of my students and a lot of people I talk to, when we learn these scales, we think that the melodies are hidden inside these scales and that we use these scales for melodies, but that's not really the truth. The truth about a diatonic scale is that it is an emulsifier. It makes melodies by moving to special moments in time and special places. So today we're going to study the most popular diatonic scale there is, the major scale. We're going to use a chord progression, and we're going to show you that it's not the scale that makes the melody, but it's how you use the scale to get to the melody. And with that being said, you'll be able to understand what you're responsible for as a musician. And if you want to practice different types of diatonics with me, you can practice on my Patreon account. We'll have all different types of chord progressions in that. So I'll stop talking. Here we go. So the chord progression we're going to use really quickly and simply is C to D minor and G back to C. Each one is going to be it's going to be 8 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, with that being said, how do we make music with a diatonic scale in that chord progression? Well, in this chord progression happens to be in the key of C, and so we're going to use a C major scale. Now, there's 2 ways to play a C major scale in open position. The tiny one, like this, from root to root of your chord, or the grand one, which spans all 3 frets and all the 6 strings, and it looks like this. Now, I gotta say, when a lot of people, including me, when we first come across these diatonics, we're like, ooh, these are gonna be amazing. And we go to solo and it's like, wah, wah. Just the melody's not there. We're going like, and you're kind of like moving around, but you're not really saying that much. Well, it's because we're not really using them properly. And so I want to say this just a couple times. I'll say this a couple times in the video. We need to use this scale to move towards the melody. That's what it's all about. Diatonic scales move towards your melody. They are the emulsifiers. They blend it together. So let me show you what I mean by this. Well, I have a C chord, and I'm going to play it for 4 beats. And then I want to go to my D minor, but I'm going to use my diatonic scale to move towards a D minor. You want to take note of the frets of your D minor. 1, 3, 2, or 2, 3, 1. You want to lead your scale as close as you can towards one of these notes and stop right before the chord change. And then when you get to the chord change, the ear is going to hear either this note, this note, or this note as it leads from where you left off. Let me explain it. So if I play the C, 2, 3, 4, I went, right? I ended here, and now look, I play the chord, and look at that ring finger coming down 2 frets away. The ear is going to hear this note. It's going to sound like this. But I'm not going to pluck that note. I'm going to strum it. Right? And all of a sudden, the melody is complete. you've used the major scale properly. It moved towards your melody. Now, you don't have to play it just like straight up and straight down. I'm doing this for an example. You can kind of get crazy with it if you want to. Let's see. That was me just playing kind of a different pattern. Great, but you can see it still works. It's blending the moment. You're on the D minor, and you're going to get to the G. Well, you want to take note of the frets. 3, 2, open, open, 3, 3, or even 3, 2, if you play it this way, 3, 2, open, 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 3. You just want to use your scale. You can go straight down it right now. You can get creative with it, but you want your last note to be close to one of these notes. Now that was interesting. I actually ended on the note that I wanted to go towards, and actually didn't sound too bad. I should have gone like that. That's what I should have done. But hey, you can't win them all. And then you're going to go back to the C, and you want to take note. Okay, 3, 2, 0, 1, 0. All right, I want to lead my song with a melody from the G. It's the chord tone. It's the changing of the chords that sews together or locks in that melody. And so what you want to practice right now with your major scale is realizing, hey, the melody's not in the major scale. The major scale helps move the melody or get to the melody. And with that mindset, you want to practice moving. These are simple melodies, but nonetheless, whatever style of music, from classical all the way to modern, this is a fully functional use of diatonic scales. And so you want to practice that. Now, if you like I said earlier, if you want to practice different diatonics, different chord progressions, moving and, planning your goal out and getting more and more comfortable, you won't need to plan out every time. You'll be able to do it the more you practice. Come check me out on Patreon. With that being said, thank you so much for being here on another episode of Stichmethod. Bye-bye.